Welcome in, everybody. It's the coach. This is Madden 20 on EA Sports. We are just moments away from kickoff, and we've got a good one on tap between the Cincinnati Bengals.
Coach, they love their crab cakes and they love their football. That's what Maryland does. And we are at M&T Bank Stadium down near the Inner Harbor of Baltimore. Today, it's a Week 14 matchup that should be a good one between the Cincinnati Bengals and the Baltimore Ravens. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21-yard line. The former second-round pick, this is Joe Mixon. And he'll hope that this is not a sign of what's in store as he has to fight just to get back to the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be second down. Looked like he was trying to bounce it outside, but no success.
Yeah, sometimes you got to just figure out where you're going to go, and sometimes you just have to take it to another spot. And trying to get it outside, the defensive pursuit was there and just ran him down.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
They just gave up a sack there, and if I'm not mistaken, they gave up 4 last week, didn't they?
Yes. And just looking really porous, aren't they?
They really are, and I'm wondering if they're going to have to start thinking about keeping the tight end in, maybe a back, someone to help assist, because right now, the quarterback's been getting hit a lot in the last couple of games.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And he's going to go down again.
The competition comes up in so many different ways. And right now, this unit, their competition is who's going to get to the quarterback the most times. Had about 5 sacks last week. We just saw their first one of this game.
Fair catch called. It's taken in right at the 20-yard line. It's a 69-yard punt. 69 yards. Wow. And the Ravens, they'll take over. Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. Jackson from the shotgun. That's caught by the former Sooner, Mark Andrews. And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. It's a pickup of 11 and a Baltimore first down. Throwing now, Jackson on 1st down. He's going to fire one, and this will be caught at the 30. They'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. A big play there. His 5th touchdown now on the year, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. The long touchdown pass gets him 6 on a very, very tidy 2-play drive that time. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. The Bengal offense on their way out as we look at the playoff race in the AFC. And I tell you, 4 weeks still to go, and everything is wide open, and it's fun.
And I know we always talk about, well, if the playoffs were to begin today, and then we kind of go, okay, but they're not. Let's see how it plays out. Wouldn't it be fun to play with this playoff lineup right now?
Now the pressure comes, and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9.
That's 3 sacks now, and that's not much of a surprise to me, nor should it be to you. This team, they lead the league in sacks.
Yeah, they do. This is something that we are starting to witness time and time again. Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. On the delay, it's Mixon. And that didn't fool anybody. He's going to be dropped in the backfield. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. He'll drop to throw. And he's going to go down. He backed up into the end zone, and this is going to wind up a safety. So the screen pass goes backwards. That play seemed to have a potential disaster written all over it from the start.
I mean, wasn't that a tough spot on the field to make that call? You're inviting defensive linemen and linebackers to get pressure. So if one of them sniffs this out, you're definitely in danger, and this time it cost them 2 points.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive, and they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
A gain of 6 there on 1st. To throw again on 2nd down. Jackson is going to fight, and that's caught inside the 30. And all the way down to the 29. On 1st and 10, it's Jackson. This is caught. That one nearly 30 yards, 29 officially. 2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get... Got a man, it's caught for a Ravens touchdown. Mark Andrews with touchdown number 7 on the year as the Ravens push further out in front.
Brandon, my man, just one sentence for that one. Clinic.
And that's what they've done. They lead the league in points per game this season, but it's been quick strikeability as we saw on that drive.
I think they're actually intimidating defenses because they're back on their heels right away, wondering where it's going to come from, how they're going to hit them. This group is well organized, well coached, and extremely confident in what they do.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. This fielded at the 2. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line. Here again comes the captain of this offense, leading his crew back out there now. And he has not really been able to have a lot of comfort back there in the pocket. Pressure's been coming at him a lot, hasn't it? The Bengals drive about to get going. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything, at least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
Under pressure again, and down he goes again. The Bengals bring out their punter now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Start of the second quarter, and it's the Bengals in control of the football. They are, however, facing a 4th down situation. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. Taking it about the 36. Touchdown. He returns the punt 64 yards on the score as the Ravens push further out in front.
When you've got a guy that fast back there to receive punts, that's a nightmare for the guy game planning, the special teams coach, but it's also a nightmare for the punter. Sometimes they get so nervous that they mishit the ball and kick it right to him.
Tucker now for the extra point. And that PAT pushes the lead up to 23 now. So his big play capability in full display there as he's able to return that punt for a touchdown. So after the punt return touchdown, let's see what their opponents can do with this kickoff. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. And as this offense makes their way back out, it's AFC playoff race time as we give you a look. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half. Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Marlon Humphrey. And the return will stop right around the 25. CD, I know it's just his second year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball. No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, second year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward. On second down now, Dobbins. He'll have a first down inside the 10. 18 yards that time to push him up first and goal. Another fine carry from the NFL's rushing leader, and quarterbacks typically dominating the MVP balloting, but I think you got to give this guy serious consideration, don't you? I agree totally. I mean, he's leading the league in rushing, and let's face it, partner, the running back renaissance in the NFL, it's real, and it's really... And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. Mark Andrews with his second touchdown of the game, number 8 on the season, as his guys continue to pour it on. Now he's having a nice little first half here, partner. And it's a first half that leaves us anticipating what can still come. I mean, 2 touchdowns already here through the second quarter. There could be plenty more before this game is over. The drive there only spanning 3 plays, and it's capped off with a Ravens touchdown. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Now we get a peek at the captain of this offense heading back out there. In second quarter, they're down big already. He's struggling as well. They've got to find something here. He's got to find something on this drive. And sometimes you take on all that extra pressure on yourself, and maybe you have to disperse it a little bit. Lean on some other people. Lean on your teammate. Rush coming, and he's taken down. He is proving his worth defensively, getting the sack here. That comes after being named the AFC Defensive Player of the Week for his performance in last week's game. He's stacking games together, isn't he? I mean, you just mentioned what he did. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football, and it's picked up by the Ravens. And this is going to be brought back for a Baltimore touchdown. This first half has been a nightmare for that offense. Defense just dominating them. And when you're picking up the ball, picking up their mistakes, and taking it the other way and putting it in the end zone, that's a defense's dream. They're having that type of a game. Everything that can go wrong has gone wrong for this offensive unit. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Now the Cincinnati offense ready to see what they can do here. And that last possession, really a gut punch. You seemingly had it working. You were in the midst of a very strong drive, then suddenly the fumble, and you're watching the back of a defender's jersey as he brings it all the way in the other direction. There's not much more I can add to that. I thought you summarized it perfectly, partner. You just got to regroup and start putting another drive together. That's all you can do. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down. 2nd and 6, just inside the 30. On the toss, Mixon. Muscles him off. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 12 yards that time and a Cincinnati first down. Couple of very nice carries to start this drive out. Yeah, 2 first downs. And how about that second one? What a nice run on that particular play. I'm telling you, they're under a heavy rush, and down he goes. He's the NFL sack leader coming into the game, and now that's 2 more that he's added to his total. He wants some separation from spot 1 and 2 in that sack category. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Need something for deep in the bag of tricks here after first and second down. Went backwards. And the pressure gets to him again.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely. He's been under constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back there.
And to think, there's still a long way to go in this football game. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. And 9 yards there on the return following a punt of 47. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. This Ravens offense heads back out there, led by Lamar Jackson. And how about the start so far, Charles? 3 first-half touchdown passes.
And that's how you generate excitement on a team. Keep your offense moving at a really high level.
And this is caught at the 20. And they'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. A big play there with his second touchdown here in this first half as his guys continue to put this one out of reach.
I know Paul Revere talked about by land or by sea, right? You know, 1 by land, 2 by sea. He didn't mention air because right now we're seeing a big-time performance, aren't we? That's 2 touchdowns so far in this game.
Where'd you pull that one from?
And, you know, every now and then I actually listened in history class.
And you're just a scholar all the way around. You're reading all the time. I like that you fit that into the broadcast.
You know, I just grab a nugget when I can.
Let's go!
Joe Mixon and the rest of his offense making their way back onto the field. They've given him some touches. They haven't had a lot of success on the ground. Do you maybe keep going to that well, or do you mix it up more?
I think you mix it up more, try and loosen things up. Get the defense to react to other people, other plays, but don't forget about it. That's your horse. You know, Secretariat lost twice in his career.
So educational. That's very true, kids. Look it up. Blitz coming, and down he goes. The Ravens going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down.
You ain't got nothing. You ain't got nothing.
Mixon will try the right side. And that closed up quickly there as he gets it up only to about the 17. Ravens going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. The Bengals bring out their punter now, standing just outside his own goal line. Fair catch called for and made at about the 32-yard line. So possession goes over here on the punt, and the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Getting set to go again as we look at the back heading onto the field again. He's only had a couple of carries. I mean, when you've got a horse like this, second quarter, got to start to ride that horse a little more, don't you?
You can't just neglect him. He's got to touch it, and often, in order to get maximum out of him. Typically, these types of backs, it's the accumulation of carries, and that's when you see the damage as the game goes on.
Yeah, let's see. They're going to try to get him into the flow, we would assume, here. An ideal beginning of the drive there as they'll get 20 and a first down. Throwing on first down, it's Jackson. They'll let this go for the end zone. And that will be caught, but out of the end zone, says the field judge. It's ruled incomplete. And an incomplete pass. That'll stop the clock here with just under a minute to play in half number 1. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
Watch the run. Watch the run. Watch the run.
To throw is Jackson. Going to throw again. That'll be taken in there by Miles Boykin. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. That one good for 13 and a Raven first down. Jackson now, only 1 pass has hit the ground for him. 10 of 11 thus far. It's 1st and 10. To throw is Jackson. And this is caught. Touchdown, Baltimore. Marquise Brown with another touchdown, number 24 on the year, as his guys continue to pour it on.
I heard a coach talk about those late-in-the-half scores, especially ones that give your team a pretty decent cushion. He said those could be the ones that can finish off a squad if you let them.
Yeah, they've got the cushion. This half has been theirs. Tucker with the extra point, and the rout is on here in this first half. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Tyler Boyd and the rest of the offense heading back out. With them losing here in the second quarter and his limited productivity so far, you'd have to think they're going to try to look to him a little bit more, right?
I would guess you would start to see maybe some quick screens, some hitches, anything to get the ball in his hands quickly and let him try and do some.
And the Raven pressure too much. Down he goes. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. They come up on 2nd and long, and the pass protection just has not been there this afternoon. He'll look to throw. Short throw underneath to Hurst. And I think the ball's out. And this is going to get out of bounds, so they will gain a bit of yardage on the play, actually, and they'll hold on to the football as well. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. They're going to try to jet sweep on 3rd and long. And they will get to him behind the line, but they're out of timeouts, remember, and the clock continues to wind down. The Bengals bring out their punter now. He's been one of their few bright spots so far. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. And take it right on the 30. So we've reached halftime here. And okay, so much for our halftime break. Apparently we're going to get right back to it. The Ravens ready to receive it. And they've got the lead as well as we resume play in the second half. This is fielded at the chalk of the 10. And a nice job there as he gets this one up just shy of the 35-yard line at the 34. Out come the Ravens now. They'll go on offense first here in this 3rd quarter. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first.
And that's caught inside the 30. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. A big play there. 66 yards as his guys continue to put this one out of reach.
And this is obviously quite a performance. And most of the time when we talk about someone putting a team on their back, I think we're talking about a guy who runs the football. In this case, it's a guy out wide catching it, and he's done exactly that. Truly leading his team right now towards victory.
3 touchdown catches. He's been the headliner. So here are the Bengals now as they get their first possession of this second half. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
A draw play for Mixon. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. A rough go there on 3rd down, a loss of 4.
We think, Brandon, I like the intensity this defense is showing right here in these first few drives. They're not just holding the line because they're doing their job, but they're doing more than that, aren't they? They're getting a nice push into the offensive backfield.
And a great example right there for the loss on the tackle. Call it a 48-yard punt. Give them 9, though, on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Ravens offense now, they get set and head back onto the field. And last time the formula was pretty simple. One play drive, long pass. That maybe they just want to do that again, right?
And that's exactly how you want to draw things up. Whether it's on your grease board, right, in your playbook, one play drive is exactly what you want on offense. What they have to be careful of is not having a letdown. It was real easy last time. They can't expect that going forward.
Yeah, we'll see if it's that easy here. They'll keep it on the ground. Dobbins. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. 12 yards to pick up there. Good for a Raven first.
Brandon, after last week we went over 200 yards. Looks like the hot tub, cold tub, whatever he did, it worked pretty well.
Much chatter about that performance. Rightfully so. AFC Offensive Player of the Week. This pass complete. Jackson finding Andrews. 7 yards to pick up on the pitch and catch.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
And he'll be a little shy of the 25 here at the 26-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. They'll throw on first down with Jackson, looking for the end zone. And it'll be intercepted. Good positioning, and it's picked off. Their passing game has been spectacular this afternoon. Finally, a win for the defense.
You think maybe there was an adjustment there. Finally gained a measure of, I don't even know if you call it revenge, but got a play done against him, and that's been difficult for them all game long.
And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on second and short. Line of scrimmage, the 28 now as they come up on second and a couple. On play action, they'll throw. Short throw underneath to Hurst. That catch good for only a yard, and it'll be third down. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on third down. They'll look to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
It's been a tough one all game long for this offensive line. They're already down big. And now you know they're just going to come after the quarterback in a big way, don't you?
Yeah, they just can't get out of their own way right now. It's created an avalanche, and an avalanche is coming right on top of them. Sidesteps him at the 35. Now a late flag comes in as they got him down via the face mask, and that'll give him even better starting position. Officials so cognizant of that call nowadays, but that would look pretty easy.
Yeah, you're right. They took out of their hands having to wonder whether it's a 5-yard or a 15-yard inadvertent or not. Now, it's a lot easier. You see it, you call it.
Yeah, give him 4 yards there. It'll be second and 6. And now they're in the hurry-up. They'll keep it on the ground. Dobbins, and able to push forward for right around 3 yards down to the 42. Back now in Baltimore. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the fourth quarter. A very one-sided affair. On third down, Dobbins. Third and medium, they opted to run instead of pass, and it worked. First down.
Brandon, when a defense just simply can't get off the field on third down, and we all know how important that down is for both sides of the ball, you often feel like you're just a step behind whatever they're doing offensively.
And one of the differences in this game, no doubt, third down conversion, and that is going to be a story they'll talk about after this one. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
Mike 27, Mike 27, Mike 27. Watch the screen, watch the screen. Watch the screen. Hey,
Check Mike 27. Check Mike 27.
3 buzz. 3 buzz.
2nd and 5 now. Jackson. And that one got tipped. Kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd. They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. From the gun, it's Jackson. He's got his man. It's Andrews. He's been big. 2 touchdowns earlier. Now he's got a first down here. Jackson on first down. And he's got it. Got his man on the end route. Complete. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. A solid pickup of 13 sets him up 1st and goal. Again, Jackson. And looking to put this game on ice in the 4th quarter, but still not afraid to throw it as they show there.
You want to play the game with confidence, and they have a guy who's in control right now. Their trigger guy, throwing it, they feel just as confident with him doing that as they would if they tried to run the ball and run the clock out.
And he is going to be smothered in the backfield again as he ran into a wall there. 3rd and goal. Jackson to the goal line, but it's incomplete.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. They're going on 4th down. It's Jackson. Got a man. It's caught for a Ravens touchdown. Mark Andrews there to make the grab as his guys continue to pour it on. So another score there, and often you talk about the 3 phases of the game. Defense, offense, special teams. It's been a clean sweep in this one, hasn't it?
It certainly has. They've been pretty dominant throughout this game. And privately, the head coach will add a 4th phase. That's the coaching. And he'll tell the ownership that as he tries to negotiate a new contract off of this win.
They are looking strong here in the 4th quarter. He's going to be stopped here with a penalty marker on the field. I'm not sure what this is about. So that flag will cost him 15.
And it doesn't matter anymore how you get the face mask. Any part of it, that's going to be 15 yards.
And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. Back to throw here. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, and with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down. Now, the Bengals on 3rd down. It has been a disaster. 0 for 8 thus far. This will be 3rd and 15. Now back to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Matt Judon in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year. Whistles now in a timeout defensively. So a wise move as they'll use the first of their timeouts to force one more play before the 2-minute warning. The Bengals bring out their punter now. He's been terrific so far. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. And we are inside of 2 minutes left in this lopsided affair. So it's Raven football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. And they're able to get this one across the 35. A big one there for the Ravens. It goes for 18. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38. The Ravens going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
Let's go, D. Tighten up. Hey, check Mike 27. Check Mike 27.
Go. Okay. Mike 27, Mike 27, Mike 27. Shut up.
Oh, Jackson's going to throw it. Looking left side, it's complete. He's got it. The 20. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. And for them, this train, it just keeps rolling, doesn't it? Well on their way to yet another victory.
Yeah, it's almost a runaway, isn't it? And you just wonder how anyone could stop this. They got full momentum going, full confidence going. But it's not just their own confidence that's leading them. It's the lack of confidence against their opponents now because they see them coming and think, we've got no shot to beat this team.
Scoring summary, 3-play drive, and it's capped off by the Baltimore score. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. This will be taken in at the 1. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. Cincinnati now ready to take the field.
And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And, okay, all right, I'm being facetious here. But you get points. You feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
That right now, that's a defeated team out there. I think you can see it totally in their body language.
Hands on hips, heads low. And he's going to go down again. Ravens going to use their third and final timeout. It'll be their third and final timeout, so as they talk things over, we'll step aside.
Keep it up, guys. Ready, go.
Back to throw. And he's going to be taken down. Sacked back at the 2.
Well, someone's closing in on the league lead in sacks. He came into the game in the top 5. Now you add 2 more to his total.
And how about this? 4th and long, and they're going to go for it. They're going to look to throw. And can you believe it? It's a second safety in this ball game.
Things are just going from bad to worse now. It's a safety that does him in here, and that is one frustrated offensive unit.
They can't get out from under their own shadow right now. I mean, I know this is the NFL, but could you imagine a college crowd right now? Imagine what they'd be doing. They'd be chanting, start the bus, because they think this one is over.
Free kick out of bounds. Kicking team.
So they will accept the penalty and move forward.
Let's go. 60 on. 57's the mic.
It's coming this way, coming this way. Here we go, here we go. Here we go.
Hey, watch edge, watch edge.
Rush in, rush in. Let it go.
Now a give, right side. Dobbins. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
And he'll go out of bounds, it looks like, right at the 40. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6. A nickel look now for the Bengals as they try to stop them here on third down.
57's the mic. Watch 57.
You remember me? You remember me?
From the gun, Jackson. He gets it to Brown, complete. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly.
Well, I've got to laugh here, and I really don't want to because the old school in me is not happy about this score this late, not necessary. But this is Madden, isn't it?
Yeah.
This is how it works.
Rub it in. Have a day.
I mean, what does it matter? These guys who are playing in this game, there are no feelings
Exactly.
there.
They don't have to face the guy. Well, they might if they're in the same room going head-to-head.
But that's
The
about
virtual guys on the screen don't have to face each other after this one.
In that case, run it up.
This fielded at the 2. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. The Bengals drive about to get going. They are down big. They have not scored a single point. I don't know. Are they so defeated at this point? You're just running into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the Pro Bowler, Marcus Peters. And he will score. Touchdown, Baltimore. That's the story of the game. They've been suffocating all game long on defense. They were suffocating there again in a big way.
And they've done it not just by out-athleting them, which is often the case, but by being able to adjust to anything they tried to throw at them and beating them to the punch each and every time. This was a defense that was well prepared.
The extra point up and good, but this one was decided anyway, as that will be the final action in this ball game. So we had action to the very end of this one, the score on the final play that they didn't need to have. They didn't just run out the clock, though. They added to their final total.
Played it all the way to the end, and you know some coaches preach that and tell their teams that's what I want all the time, and they feel like if they don't do it themselves, they're not living up to the message that they're sending out.
So for Baltimore, the streak lives as they move to 13-0 now on the year. And they'll get another home date next week as the Raiders will come to town.